Store and Google Play Store. Troops of Operation Hadinkai, working alongside personnel of the Nigerian Police Mobile Force, MOPOL, have foiled an attempted mass abduction by suspected Islamic State West Africa Province ISWAP terrorists at the Federal Government Girls College, FGGC, Monguno, Borno State. According to a statement issued by the Acting Military Information Officer of Operation Hadinkai, Captain Mohammed Goni, the attempted attack occurred at about 1:30 a.m. on July 19 at the school, which is currently being used by the Borno State government as temporary hostel accommodation for students of the Federal Polytechnic Monguno. Captain Goni disclosed that the attackers gained access to the facility with the assistance of suspected collaborators and attempted to abduct the students. Security personnel on duty was said to have engaged the attackers immediately, while the Sector 3 Quick Reaction Force reinforced the school. The statement also disclosed that parts of the school's infrastructure were damaged during the exchange of gunfire, but maintained that the attack was successfully contained. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, have intercepted more than 1.5 million pills of tramadol concealed in 2 trucks that entered Nigeria through the Benin Republic border, dealing another major blow to drug trafficking syndicates. The latest seizure comes barely a week after the agency's officers in Lagos intercepted a truck carrying 558,900 pills of tramadol, 250 milligrams, hidden in a specially constructed false bottom compartment made of thick iron sheets. This was disclosed in a statement released by the Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, on X and O. According to Babafemi, intelligence-led operations led to the interception of 2 additional trucks using the same concealment method and route from Togo through the Benin Republic into Nigeria. As security concerns continue to dominate national discourse, Christian leaders have called for collective action to address the growing wave of insecurity confronting the country, stressing that lasting peace requires both spiritual and civic responsibilities. Speaking during separate church services across Abeokuta metropolis, clerics noted that while the government has the constitutional responsibility of protecting lives and property, citizens also have a role to play by remaining vigilant, supporting security agencies, and promoting peace within their communities. Margaret Okunola reports.
From kidnapping and banditry to communal clashes and other violent crimes, insecurity continues to dominate national discourse. A visit round Abeokuta metropolis showed Christian faithful, as always, turning out in their radiant looks to worship God in their various places of worship. Clerics said the fear created by these challenges has affected businesses, discouraged investment, and disrupted agricultural and commercial activities in many parts of the country.
Gone are the days when we used to hold vigil and whatever. You mean, you understand, but now everything has changed because
it's a very complicated issue now. It is, I would say that it is social, it is political, it is demonic.
For those who don't have trust, especially in government, insecurity has affected them.
They urged Nigerians not to give in to fear or despair, but to remain united, law-abiding, and committed to building a peaceful society through love, justice, and mutual respect.
Jesus said we should pray for our enemies. We should not focus our attention on enemies. The enemies cannot conquer you. You must be bold.
The church leaders used the opportunity to remind Christians that they are ambassadors of peace wherever they find themselves.
It's written in the Bible that at the end time a lot of things will happen. But only what we need to do is just to believe in God. We don't need to carry any false news. Only what we need to do is to concentrate on God, look unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith, and continue to pray.
Yes, prayer can do it, but can never do it all. We need to talk about action. What are you doing in your own area to prevent insecurity? What you see, do you say it out? So whatever we see, I implore individual to say it out.
They expressed optimism that with sincere leadership, improved security measures, active citizen participation, and continued prayers, Nigeria can overcome its security challenges and experience lasting peace, stability, and economic growth. Margaret Okunola, OGTV News.
It was a day of joy, praise, and heartfelt gratitude as a special Thanksgiving service was held to celebrate the 60th birthday of the wife of the Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun. Ogun State Governor Prince Dakwa Abiodun described her as a woman who has dedicated her life to serving God and impacting humanity. Again, Margaret Okunola was at the Ogun State Government House Chapel, Abeokuta, venue of the Thanksgiving service. Here is her report.
The service began with praise and worship session that had the congregation on their feet, lifting their voices in adoration for the 60th birthday Thanksgiving of the wife of Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun. With the sermon titled, Appreciating the Goodness of God, the preacher said the existence of human beings is to serve God, adding that helping others is the hallmark of God's benevolence.
Apart from the fact that we exist to worship God, we also exist to what? To help other people. And let's learn that from our excellency. Let's think of others. Let's be conscious about that. And finally, we exist to serve God.
Ogun State Governor Prince Dakwa Abiodun reflected on their journey together, recalling how they met nearly 4 decades ago. He praised Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun for using her office as wife of the governor to touch lives through humanitarian interventions, and prayed for many more years of good health, fulfillment, and continued service.
I'm particularly very thankful to God for what and all the Almighty has done in the life of my wife, the woman that she has become, and all that she has been able to accomplish. I want to also thank her for keeping the home front intact, particularly as I continue to work in service to the good people of Ogun State.
Among those in attendance were top government officials, members of the political and public service communities, women leaders and representatives from various ministries and organizations, including members of the Spouses of Ogun State Government Functionaries Association, SOSPA, who all turned out in large numbers.
A woman behind every leader is twice a man. Continue your good work. God will always be with you.
I want to appreciate you, ma. This opportunity is a very rare opportunity for me to say it to you directly.
On behalf of the body of permanent secretary, would like to say a big thank you for the support you give our governor, His Excellency. Because if the home is not peaceful, Ogun State will not be peaceful.
We cannot talk excessively about all the good works God has used her for, even to SOSPA and to all the women as a whole. She's been a wonderful mother.
Responding, the celebrant, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, said, attaining 60 years of age is by God's grace. She expressed gratitude to God for another year.
Reflecting on these 60 years, I realized that the numbering of my days has been enriched by the relationships I have built and the lives of the people that I have touched. Your prayers and your kindness have been the instruments through which God has poured out His blessings upon me. And I am truly grateful for the fellowship of every one of you who are gathered here today, for you are the ones who make these days meaningful and memorable.
Special prayers were offered for the celebrant, her family, and the entire Ogun State, with declarations for a new season of favor, strength, and divine guidance. In the mood of celebration, food items were distributed to all present. Margaret Okunlola, OGTV News.
The National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, and the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, are set to introduce joint broadcast monitoring measures ahead of the 2027 general elections. The initiative was tackled on ethical broadcast practices, and it's to promote responsible electoral coverage nationwide. The NBC Director General, Charles Obebu, disclosed this in an exclusive in Abuja. Obebu said the commission will collaborate with INEC to improve election monitoring through advanced technology. He said agencies could no longer operate separately, especially with the growth of digital and online platforms. More than 10,000 eligible voters have been mobilized for voter registration across Ogun State by the Yayi Progressive Movement, YPM, as part of preparations for the 2027 general elections. The figure was disclosed at the YPM stakeholders meeting in Iperu, where leaders of the movement from the 3 senatorial districts present reports on activities since the inauguration of the group. The movement also sets a target of mobilizing more than 60,000 eligible voters for registration. Elizabeth Eso reports.
Inaugurated some months ago in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, the Yayi Progressive Movement, YPM, brings together various political support groups across the state under the platform of the All Progressives Congress, APC. The stakeholders meeting, which attracts 4 leaders from each constituency, provides an opportunity for them to present reports on their activities, review their progress, and receive further motivation for the task of mobilizing support ahead of the 2027 general elections.
For a stakeholders meeting, for us to receive some of the groups that are interested in our mainstream group. We want to have an appraisal of our past events and take an appropriate decision on how to give instructions to the stakeholders.
We are enjoying all our members to go out there and ensure that we work hand in hand, and also bring a lot of people into the fold so that we can expand more, and at the same time work together to deliver all APC candidates in Ogun State and also Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Everybody must be able to obtain their PVC. Is the key to obtain our vote.
We want to showcase our voting community so that we can be sure of how many votes coming to us.
We are going to work with them, with the leaders, throughout the whole 9 local government.
The convener of the Yayi Progressive Movement, Armstrong Temitope Akintunde, describes the reports from the constituencies as encouraging, saying the movement remains the only self-financing political support group in the state.
Towards mobilizing our people, our members, as far as the registration is concerned, encouraging our people not to be discouraged, to come out, come 2027 and vote for all our party candidates. And above all, our principal, Aremo Solomon Olamilekan Yayi.
Akintunde urges members to remain good ambassadors of the movement by taking its message to the grassroots and encouraging eligible voters to register and obtain their permanent voter cards ahead of the 2027 general elections. He assures members that their commitments and sacrifices will be rewarded through the dividends of democracy. The movement reaffirms its determination to sustain its grassroots mobilization efforts in support of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Senator Solomon Olamilekan Adeola, and all candidates of the All Progressives Congress in the 2027 general elections. Elizabeth Tesson, OGTV News.
Old students of Methodist Comprehensive College, Shagamu, gathered at the college main hall to relive fond memories of their school days. The event featured the election of new leaders and a renewed commitment to advancing the college's growth. At the convention, Colonel Dili Oyefuga, alumnus of the 1983 set, was elected national president.
The handing over and inauguration ceremony of the new executive committee of the Methodist Comprehensive College All Students Association, MECOSA, Shagamu, marked the official transition of leadership from the outgoing administration to the newly elected officials.
I will serve without fear, favor, or personal interest.
The immediate past president, Prince Daria Debisi, gave an account of his stewardship while handing over to the new leadership.
We accepted this responsibility with desire to strengthen our bond as alumni, promote unity among members, and contribute meaningfully to the growth and development of our alma mater. While no administration is perfect, we are grateful for the progress we have made together.
In his acceptance and inaugural speech, Colonel Dele Oyefuga promised to take the Alumni Association to greater heights.
The first on my project list is building the national secretariat for our association. I'm so grateful to the education officer and the entire Ministry of Education. They've approved a location for us within the school premises for us to construct a befitting rallying point secretariat. We're actually going to be granting scholarships to some students and to boost college education for them.
Some of the newly elected executive members pledged to work harmoniously with one another.
I am fully on ground for all assignments delegated to me by the superior, and I pledge my sincere support to both the ESCO and the president.
There were goodwill messages from notable personalities who graced the occasion.
The primary thing for them is to help the students to become better Nigerians. You know, we should improve the quality of education that we give to these children.
I thank God this school produced me, and the school has produced a lot of, we have lawyers, bankers, many of, because I know the school. I'm happy to be here today to be part of this success and the story.
A major highlight of the ceremony was the presentation of awards of appreciation to the pioneer president of MECOSA and other members who have contributed immensely to the growth of their alma mater. The event also witnessed the official groundbreaking of the National Secretariat of the Methodist Comprehensive College All Student Association.
The Abeokuta Grammar School Old Boys Association, October 1921, has concluded activities marking the 118th Founders Day of Abeokuta Grammar School with a dinner and award ceremony held at the Axoba Hall, Idiaba, Abeokuta. The event, themed Honoring Our Foundation, Building Our Future, brought together alumni, traditional rulers, government officials, and other dignitaries, guests, to celebrate the school's enduring legacy and honor individuals who have made remarkable contributions to its growth. Testimony Komolafe reports.
It was an evening of celebration, nostalgia, and recognition as members of the Abeokuta Grammar School Old Boys Association gathered to commemorate 118 years of academic excellence, leadership, and service. The event provided an opportunity for old students spanning several generations to reconnect, reflect on the school's rich history, and renew their commitment to its continued development.
The theme for this year is honoring our heritage while building our future. We have a standard that we must maintain, and one way to do that is to bring all of us together, look at the school, and we decide what else we can do to make the school a better school.
One of the high points of the ceremony was the presentation of merit awards to distinguished old boys and other deserving personalities in recognition of their exceptional contributions to the association, the school, and national development. Recipients described the honor as both humbling and inspiring.
pledging continued support for their alma mater.
It's an honor to get this award because to get the highest level award in Abeokuta Grammar School is not an easy feat because it's based on merit and it's based on your service to the alma mater and to the community at large.
This award is, to me, is second to none. Highest award in the history of our alma mater. From the get-go, from the beginning of my life, my principal, Chief Frederick Oridota, is always trained us to be focused and make sure that you make it in life.
Traditional rulers at the event lauded Agzoba for sustaining the school's cherished values and preserving its rich heritage.
I feel very proud to be an Agzoba. Very proud of my school, very proud of the legacy that we are living in the school. So my message simply is that for us to continue to be proud of our school, we must contribute to its growth. So, and today you can see that we honor those who have supported the school in different ways.
The younger generation should calm down a little. What they should realize is this: for their today, we older generation gave our yesterday.
The colorful evening featured musical entertainment, dinner, networking, and warm reunions as members celebrated the enduring bond that has kept the association united and flourishing for well over a century. Testimony Komalafe, OGTV News.
The need for people of different religions and faiths to come together in prayers for Ogun State and Nigeria has come to the fore at the Ibogun Balogun as special interreligious prayers were held in the community. Speaking during the special prayers, the wife of Olu Ibogun Balogun, Olori Faluade, said the peace and progress so far witnessed under the reign of Oba Fakayode Faluade has been made possible by the prayers and support of the people. Details are in this package.
As a custodian of culture and tradition of his people, the Olu of Ibogun Balogun, Oba Fakayode Faluade, believe in the power of prayers in the overall well-being of the land is evidence in the prioritization of spiritual activities and the promotion of religious harmony in Ibogun Balogun. An example of this is these inter-religious prayers to seek the face of God in the affairs of the community, Ogun State and Nigeria at large. Addressing the people at the Christian prayer tagged one-day prophetic prayer for the nation with the theme, Heal the Land, the Altar of Peace and Progress, wife of Olu of Ibogun Balogun, Olori Anifat Faluade, said prayer is the only thing needed at this time.
If not because God has dedicated a special day for us, we may not be able to be here. But thank God we are not sick. Let's give thanks to God Almighty. Thank God for this special day. Thank you.
Prophet Isaac Adewale, in his word of exhortation, declared that God is ready to heal the land if the people can call on the name of God.
Let me tell you, the second thing I want to tell you about the word, the mentality. Change your word. Mentality. It's your mentality. God bless America. God bless America.
Islamic faithful thereafter converged at the central mosque for the special prayers after the observance of Friday Jumat. Chief Imam of Ibogun Balogun, Sulaiman Bello, emphasized the importance of worship and service to Allah, calling on the people to rededicate themselves to their Creator. Special prayers were then offered for Ibogun, Ogun State, Nigeria, and the people.
England have beaten France 6-4 in the third place playoff